But then Chuck mentioned meat, and you were like, I did go to the chiropractor.
Well, he just was very...
Is your chiropractor also, does he moonlight as a butcher? Like,
Yes.
Actually, though,
selling
clients.
one of the attendees,
patients.
one of the attendees is a professional slaughterer at a slaughterhouse for the Hoffer's Meats, which is right nearby.
I was going to say this is Hoffer.
That's so
right?
cool.
Yeah, it's well, Hoffer, who's going to be there. I'm not sure if he'd consider himself that, but Quentin, who works for them and actually does slaughtering.
Oh, Quentin
Yeah.
works for them. Okay.
So we'll have some delicious meat at this event. So Matt, if you're thinking about meat,
Good.
Dave, if you think about meat,
hell
Neil,
yeah.
meat.
Meat can be done.
I have had ribs and brisket from there. And
As you do.
oh,
As you do.
so fucking
I got my blood pressure pills are in the bag, so we're good.
You better
Boy,
start
attaboy.
grinding them up and just snorting lines of them.
Raise that
That's,
bitch on up there.
Yeah, just mainline that shit.
yeah. That better be your salt.
I'll pass them out. You guys want some?
for the meat?
It's a minimum dose.
Just get it grilled right on top of the meat.
So it's this is
Just
interesting.
scotch and prescription meds just floating around that place like.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. We can take them together. It'll be okay.
Neil, I know. I'm not
Let's
sure
go.
if you guys listened to the last podcast since it was 2 weeks ago, because obviously we missed last week because Neil was painting an army and I needed to give time to my wife. So I remember that was episode 39. This is episode 40, and I was like, we're not gonna do anything special for episode 40. Fuck that. And it's like now it's like I guess we're doing something special for episode 40.
There we go.
Are you guys ready?
It was written in the stars.
Are you guys ready to record?
Mm-hmm.
Good, because I've been recording for the past 2 minutes.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Once we started talking about
Put
meat,
that in there.
I was just like, yeah, I gotta hit that record buttons. And if you like meat, smash that like button, hit subscribe, just comment meat, MEAT, just all caps.
Or
and,
NEET.
or neat,
if you're
neat
lonely.
meat, or neat meat. Well, if you're lonely, it's oh, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway,
Well, now if we're gonna go there, like, and be right next to where they do their butchering, are we gonna meet our meat?
so Dave, here's what you're gonna do. You're going to go to Russian Facebook and download the Wood Elf Army book for Warhammer Fantasy 8th Edition. And you're going to open it to the Army Special Pages, because we're just going to quiz you throughout this whole show, because we're going to talk about the Tayrathi Classic 2022, because we're all going, plus a few others. So this is obviously the Strength Hammer crew of Chuck and Neil. And then we have the Big M's Power Hour with Matt and Cole, a special guest and friend of the show, Dave Roke. I'm not say I didn't say which show.
I'm a stowaway.
I didn't say which show you're a friend of, by the way. So you got to figure that out too.
Right. You have to pick
That's fair.
one.
That's fair.
I mean, anyone is welcome. As
I'm
part
friend of
the,
one, enemy
Strength
of
and
the
Runner.
other.
That's-
Also, currently we have half, probably maybe 2/3 of our listener base actually attending the podcast.
Yeah, and I did. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to join. It'll be a special surprise if they do. But I sent them an invite to this call. We'll see if they're able to get on. They weren't sure, so we might have another member, which would be half of the field.
All
Six,
right.
right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I would
yeah.
like to reiterate to all of our listeners that this is in fact an AOS podcast.
Yes, it's a Warhammer and fitness podcast. So as usual, we have to start with our fitness check-ins. Neil, you're very bad at it. Now I know this weekend doesn't count.
Still bad at it.
Yeah. So what have you been doing for your fitness, Neil?
Well, I mean, I've just given up and I'm on blood pressure medication. So let's just go. Like that's I'm just doing it the
Which he
American
takes
way.
with his scotch.
You know, we're just gonna medicate this, and we're we're gonna drink copious amounts of alcohol whilst on this medication.
Listen, medication doesn't
Here,
always
here.
work, Neil. You have to realize that. And speaking of medication, it doesn't always work. Matt, how are you doing today?
I know.
There's that burn that no one's gonna catch except for all of you here.
I feel like I'm being picked on.
I can taste that burn. Can't you, Matt?
To be fair, Matt, I'm picking on
Nope.
a large selection of the world's population. So
Hey, look, I'll tell you what, my fitness has probably been better than Neil's because
you just
I got COVID, which is
Yeah.
why we didn't have a Power Hour episode this month, and so I haven't been able to taste anything, so I haven't eaten anything. So
yeah, you've had a rough time. You sound like you caught it kind of rough. So
yeah, like I said, it's definitely better than it could have been. We'll
for sure.
go positive.
for sure, yeah. Because like I know, like I had the flu. Was it a month at beginning of November, and that sucked. So I'm glad that you at least didn't get one right after the other, because then you'd just be like, I'm miserable. I hate everything.
I mean, that's just normal. That's
You can learn to be like
Yeah,
me. Matt.
that's Matt's default.
that's why Cole and I get along so well.
That's fine. I'm glad you're on the mend. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold fitness checks to you guys since you aren't regular guests. I'm just gonna harass Neil mostly. But while we're here, Cole, how have you been?
Oh, how about this? I
Oh.
also did a Power Hour. Huh? How about that?
Ah,
Is
yeah,
that fitness?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we worked out our livers. Yeah.
Ew. Oh yeah, I mean, happy birthday, Matt, who's now 40.
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome, buddy.
Cheers.
halfway done.
First thing to go is the dignity.
It's been gone a long time.
Yeah.
14's a pretty early age to lose that, Neil. But hey,
That's actually you're being a little generous.
ooh, okay, all right. Cole,
Damn.
fitness checking. How you doing? Have you been working those guns to lift that belt overhead once again?
No,
No,
I
I'm
like
gonna be there,
Neil
so.
have been raising my blood pressure because I decided to do a lot of big life points within 3 months of each other.
You sure did.
So yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna do it all at once. It'll be fine. So, technically, my blood pressure's high enough. My body thinks it's been working out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
I
that counts.
I assume you've been working on getting that resolved. You're still young, so maybe resolved in a way that's not just giving up and taking medications like Neil.
At this time, yeah, it is not that. It is not to the point it actually needs to be medicated. So it is okay.
Good. That's
I'm
good.
okay.
That's good. That's good.
I just
Give it
decided
to 41.
get married, get a brand new job, move a state over, and buy a house. Within,
Ooh,
I think it was
Move-
6 weeks. Of
moving
each
to the
other,
best state
all in
even.
told, except
Like I
Well
said,
done.
all the jokes aside,
you know that's
about-
the worst part of it, having to go to Ohio. Honestly,
it's jokes aside. I love the fact that you're making a big life change and you're literally not leaving the circle in any way, shape, or form. You're just choosing to play with the other half more.
no, I'm just changing which half.
Shifting.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
He went to the
It's
half
great.
where he can
I'm
win
very
games.
happy.
oh yeah. Well, see,
He's
There
like,
was
I
a
want to
half I
win all
couldn't.
my games from now on.
no, see, here's the thing.
Tired of losing.
Anytime you guys come out then to an event like Steel City or something, Cole, you can't take the prizes now because Pittsburgh always takes the prizes. So you're just gonna it's
Oh,
no
jeez.
matter your skill set, you'll just get paired against Bill
I'm just
Sousa
gonna
5 times in a
have
row
to-
and lose.
To-
We have a
Just to
chance.
make-
right.
We have a
right.
chance now. Oh my goodness! It's like
No,
I
no,
feel
no.
like we're
So
like a
what's
soccer
gonna
club. We just
happen is I'm
acquired
gonna
like
get
a.
very close, and I'll be like, "Are you from Pittsburgh?" Yeah. Okay, I concede. Just so I can't take
That's true.
Ohio. It'll be fine.
Well, now, hey, to be fair, Ohio's allowed to take trophies from the Tayrathi Classic event because they have before, obviously.
I have a cool as cane.
If
sitting
you
right
call
down
what
in my
Neil takes
basement on my
home
wall right now.
trophies.
Trophies.
Right. Right. Well, I'm currently hoping to not have to take anything home with me, so that belt can go live with somebody else.
Oh, Too bad, buddy. You're taking home some syphilis from this weekend.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to know what you have planned, buddy.
Well, I mean,
I
Neil,
think you just found out.
That's what the grudge is for. If I can't beat you, I'm just gonna give you syphilis. I don't know how I'm
Okay.
gonna do that, but I
I
will.
was to say like
Oh,
Neil, you're bunking with
jeez.
Dave, so I wasn't sure
It's
what
the
was
way
going
you
on
least
here.
expect it.
Yeah,
Mm.
but anyway, Dave, how's your
Don't
fitness,
sleep.
man? Just talk over them, Dave. Just
well,
talk over them. They're having their own conversation. It's
yeah.
fine.
I typically get my heart racing because I drink a lot of caffeine.
That's because you need to stay
But
up for
I just
17
finished
hours.
the semester.
Yeah.
So. I definitely, when I was supposed to submit my grades at 11:59 p.m. Tuesday, I was definitely still up when I submitted them at like 5:20 Wednesday morning. So that was good.
Now, I have a serious question.
Not my proudest moment.
It's a serious question, but did you have to do the grading, or like do you have like student aides that help you with that? I don't know
do all
actually.
my own grading
Okay, all right.
eventually.
I don't.
I wish I used students to do that. That would be great.
Well, what you can do is you can
What
get
is
them
it
into
about
Warhammer.
college engineering professors? What is it about you engineering professors? Because I swear I had multiple that would always come in then the day after grading was supposed to be done. They'd be like, guys, I'm sorry, I was up till like 2 a.m. last night getting all your grading done. You had to do it for weeks and you'd give us shit if we'd take that long to finally do something. God damn, what the hell, Dave?
Setting a bad
I don't give
example.
my students shit when they turn stuff in late. I say, well, it hasn't been graded yet,
Oh.
so it's not late.
It's not late till I hit the submit button, which
Oh.
I can't do yet. Nice.
I'd have to actually grade a few before I can hit that.
Gotcha.
There you go. There you go. Okay, well, fitness is done except for mine. With our dear friend Alex at FitHammer on Instagram. Him and I wrote a program that's 5 days a week. We're on the second week of it. We're going to do it for 4 to 6 weeks. I forget what it's going to do. At least I'm probably going to do this program for 6 weeks, but at least 4 of the weeks we're committed to working out every day together, which has been so fun. So check out my Instagram link below to see that, because we're also releasing the program. Every week we're going to release one of the days for the next. We just released one today, so that should be fun if you're interested in doing a workout that we both kind of created, which is interesting because we have different different goals and aims, and we all have different movements we like. So like Alex likes shrugs, I don't like shrugs, but now I'm kind of digging shrugs because we're having to do them a lot. He hates zombie squats, which is a front squat variant. He still hates them. I love them. He might learn to like them. I don't think he's gonna like them though. I think he's gonna do this program and never touch them again in his life. but you'll see like different things where it's like, this is bodybuilding, this is powerlifting. It was kind of fun to write something with him. So check that out. I am feeling fantastic, honestly, with it. Like, it's nice to be back in the gym 5 days a week and being very motivated, because I've been lacking that motivation as of late and just kind of doing routine workouts. See, so there you go, guys. That's how you do a fitness check-in. You actually talk about fitness.
I haven't been.
Are you sure?
I haven't been in the gym
Are you sure you don't
5
want
to be
days
a
a
part
week
of this
since I was on the
podcast?
football team.
I can't.
We need to change the name of this podcast to like Chuck and a bunch of guys who are racing to the first cardiac event. See who gets there first.
So we're not going to change this podcast name. We'll just start a separate podcast, and then I'll just do this podcast with Alex. Which
The unfit hammer. Here we go.
Strength
That's
Hammer,
100% fair. That is 100% fair.
Strength Hammer podcast, and the random bullshit. I don't know. We could call it Finecast. Let's call it
You'll
Finecast
notice that
because
my
it's crap.
Chuck.
That's a good one. Come on.
That,
I like
that
that.
wasn't
I
bad.
like that.
That wasn't bad.
When you do see him with
I enjoyed
Alex though, at some point, it's just because all of us will be dead. Well,
Yes.
my co-hosts are all
Yeah.
dead now, so
They will be our 2 lone pallbearers.
Hey, that's good because
That'll be
they'll
their
be able to
workout
lift the
that day.
caskets by themselves.
Yeah.
Let me. I'll just get mad
what a
at my
good
shoulder
message
here.
that would be though for working out, right? Just like I tried to get these guys to work out, they're all dead now, and so like now you guys see why this is important. All right. So,
It's a little extreme, but I mean, listen, hey, it's gonna be a wild weekend, so I'm let's
Be like a '90s drug commercial. That's
listen. I'm sure.
Chuck's just excited because that episode of the podcast writes itself.
Speaking of extreme, have you guys been watching any of these Kroger commercials for Christmas time?
No.
No.
I
Dear God,
Inform me.
I say, is it on
they
YouTube?
are all.
Like,
Yes, yeah, they're
Okay.
absolutely on YouTube. But yeah, they're literally all about, hey, you have dead family members. Let's think about that. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
Wow.
Kroger's, calm down.
going hard.
Happy holidays.
That's a
I
weird
say,
slogan to put at the end.
I'm gonna
Tell me,
I'm gonna drink to not having TV because the Jesus Christ.
yeah.
That would be a.
holy
boy.
cow,
Yeah.
Kroger, just calm down a little bit, huh?
I'd like to point everybody. You can go to YouTube and watch Happy Things for free. Instead of paying for a TV that has a grocery store that's like everyone's dead, be happy. Wow.
Nostalgia.
Now we can talk nostalgia. We're about to talk to Tayrathi Classic and Warhammer Fantasy 8th Edition. We can dive right in. I mean, there isn't really much of
Let's
like
go.
a goal
Let's
to this
go.
podcast. Like I think it'd be fun if we do talk about what our prep has been. We'll kind of round robin that and then just let the conversation flow. So there's not really a structure to this one. So Chris Crane, love you, buddy. If you left a comment on the last one, we're not getting to it. and if you
get to it,
and if you didn't,
I'm gonna check it.
okay, you check it.
You're the man, Chris.
And if you didn't, you're not the
And
man
if you
anymore.
didn't, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
come on. Supposed to be helping us here. AOS Coach, I know that you sometimes listen. You at least listen to Matt's show, Big M Power Hour. So
Oh yeah.
when Big M shouts this podcast out,
That poor guy.
well, when Big M shouts out us on this show, and Coach, you're finally listening to it, please leave a comment below. That's just, and we'll shout you out in the next show because like you're only one of the biggest Age of Sigmar YouTubers out there, so you clearly need our clout.
Right. He
Yeah.
obviously is kind. Yes.
Mhm.
No, and the reason he's top of
I'm
mind
willing
is
to do
'cause
that for him.
he sent me some lovely stickers too. One of them's a witch elf with a nice big butt, so
Oh.
you can't go wrong. Look what you got.
Mhm.
That was quite the sticker.
I just love that he saw that. He's like, he thought of me. He's like, I have to send this to Chuck. Makes me feel good.
You need to turn that into a life-size like fat head. Just put it up on your
Oh
wall.
no! That's gonna be a body pillow, sir. That's a body pillow.
Body
There you
pillow. I love that.
So, tell you what, Cole, since you'll be the shortest, what has your prep been for this event? And you can talk about what you did
a
until
hype
you
joke?
realized you had to switch the plan. Like you can go through all of it.
I think that's a hate joke.
So I have been attempting to make basically square base full on movement trays that will hold round bases for my demons because I refuse to rebase them all over to squares.
Well, that's
The old world is dead
fair because you
until
do use
the
that for
actual
Sigmar.
old world comes
Yeah,
out.
you use that army for Sigmar, so
Yes,
like, yeah, don't
they actually get used.
right. So it's not like they're just sitting there doing nothing. So that's
Yeah.
understandable.
No, the
I feel
corn
targeted
demons
by
would
this statement, Chuck.
have all been done.
Yeah.
But after a while of doing that, as well as deciding that, I have other things going on in my life right now, I decided to say, hey, I cannot do this. May I borrow an army? So thankfully, our host, Mark, is going to allow me to run his goblins.
Mm-hmm.
So
What an
that's what
amazing-
you get
amazing
fun of
choice that
looking
was.
forward to. Yes, you have such a wonderful round one there, Neil. Goblins, which fear elves. So
Honest,
Yes, and not only fear
it
elves,
will be
but my general hates orcs and goblins,
honestly,
which is amazing.
Neil had
perfect.
Neil had the upper hand either way. So you either
Perfect.
had demons, which were magical, and he had his banner of the world dragon, or you're doing goblins, which is what we have now, which is that craziness.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Mhm.
Quite honestly, there are enough war machines that I'm just going to shoot him off before he ever gets to me.
Ouch.
So it'll be okay.
Ouch.
Probably true.
Let's go.
If he does get to me, he has 120-foot goblins to rip through.
Sure does. I've ripped through them, so you can do it too, Neil. I've played this army in some form.
I don't know about that.
Dave, I
Nah.
think Dave, I think you're the second quickest. What's your prep been throughout all of this?
Well, again, during the semester, so that just ended Wednesday morning at 5:20. So I was thinking, oh, I've got these ogres, I've got all those Noblars. Let's get them ready to go. So I do have one painted Noblar, one. So there's 191 that still need work.
Green.
And
Aha.
none of my stuff has the square bases. So luckily, I had a bearded savior offer an army for me. So I will be running Chuck's Wood Elves at this event.
You left
So
out,
I'm looking forward
Dave,
to
that you had a practice game. You even went as far as taking a practice
Oh,
game
yeah.
with those ogres, then just scrapped it.
Yes.
Yeah. At least he learned. At least he played a single game of fantasy at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, there
yes.
you go.
Yes.
Mhm.
And my ogres retired, having stood up, that giant unit of Noblars having stood up to your spearmen or whatever the hell they were.
Now,
So
here's the question I have, Dave.
I stand by that.
Dave, do you have the square bases for that army? You just haven't had a chance to rebase it, or is it you weren't going to rebase it?
Somewhere, I think I still have them.
But were you going to rebase?
I
it,
was
mean?
thinking about rebasing. I was going to do the movement tray and place the circular bases all over it.
Okay, gotcha. Because if you actually had all the square bases and you were going to rebase it, since you're driving in Friday, I would have been willing to stay up and rebase your army for you.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, that would take like an hour, all right? That'd take an hour.
You remember this the next
So
time.
you're
It's a
gonna-
lot of Noblars, bro.
It's
You
easy.
just show up at Chuck's
Yeah.
house.
Easy peasy.
That's 3 per minute, 20 seconds per goblin. Got Noblar, whatever.
Yeah, I could do it.
Little dude.
I believe in myself. Because
That's what's most important.
yeah, I got the belief I could do it. But yeah, if you don't have the bases, you don't have the bases. So
I don't actually know where they are. I'd have to dig, and I'm not interested in digging.
well, my hope for this too, and this is for both Cole and you, Dave, that because we're not going to stop playing this game, and eventually maybe it'll switch to Old World and we'll pick that up as long as it scales the same. I'm not saying this is going to be the main game because I think Sigmar still is always going to hold our heart. But this has been a fun distraction. It's been something different, and it's something I'd like to keep playing on a regular basis. Not like a whim here and there, but something that's just regular, but not the only thing. I don't want to be like, we're a fantasy podcast now. On occasion we will be, but whatever. But I hope that this event will inspire both of you to not necessarily rebase what you have for Sigmar, but have an army that is for fantasy again. Even if it's just one, just to keep for like, hey, we all decide to get together because we miss Cole, so Matt and I drive out to you guys and like, hey, let's play fantasy today, and like we all have a square base army. It's nice and simple. We just kind of play it and have some beer and pretzels fun, which is the only way to play fantasy. So that's my hope for you two out of this event.
I
Let me
will say that
let me
with
jump
my
in,
little,
Dave. What
outside
did
the realm of possibility.
what did you
the-
think, Dave, of the practice game that we played?
I actually appreciate the differences between the games. I will say that there are definitely some aspects of Sigmar that I think are better, but I don't think there's a real comparison between the two. They're like it's more contrast than it is anything else. They're very different. So I can
Intriguing,
see
at
it
least.
having value. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's
Am I the only one who's no longer seeing any cameras? Like,
No,
is my
sorry.
internet that shitty?
no, it's actually my
What do you
internet.
mean?
That's why I had to turn mine off. I was lagging a little bit delay. I noticed in the voice, so I dropped. Not that anyone can see this video because this is a podcast, and when I put it up on YouTube, you just see the Strength Hammer podcast logo. But no, I mean, yeah, I think you nailed it right away, Dave. It's the reason I'm having so much fun back in fantasy isn't because it's replacing Sigmar, just like Sigmar didn't really replace fantasy. It's just different and it's fun. And I think with the separation that I've had as a gamer past fantasy, that the group of people around that want to play it are treating it the right way, which is just let's just have fun and tell stories. But like I can't compare the two either.
What I
Like,
discovered as well was that I was, I kind of put any thought of fantasy away for 6 years. Like when Age of Sigmar started, I was so in that I was just like, don't care about fantasy ever again. Just don't care. Right.
I think we all
because I
were.
wanted
Yeah.
AOS to be so successful. Right. And I feel like AOS has such traction right now. I feel like it's a good time for me to go back and have a little bit of that nostalgia and go back and play a little bit of that. So
No, I think that's
where I am with it.
That's right as well. Plus, also, I don't like battle tactics, so I'm having fun playing games without battle tactics.
Yes.
Like,
You just need to embrace the battle tactics. I promise you, it's
No.
not that bad.
no, I play the army with
No.
the easiest battle tactics, and I don't like doing them. I love grand strategies. I don't like battle tactics, and that's never gonna change until 4th edition comes out.
So
Whatever that
now,
is.
Chuck, and unless you have job roles at GW that we don't know about, no one's going to like call the GW police and say, "Oh, Chuck's playing a game without battle tactics." Like,
No,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
we'll
I
to
take
be,
feel
over
like
like a
we
local
can play
GT
games
and be
without
like,
battle tactics.
I'm not
hey,
really
no battle
hide.
tactics.
I'm not like playing this under the rug. Like I'm openly posting about all my fantasy stuff. No one cares because also it's like everyone knows I still love Sigmar, and when it's time to do stuff for Sigmar, I handle my Sigmar shit, and once my Sigmar shit's handled, I go and fuck around with fantasy. That's how you do it. Sigmar shit, fucking with fantasy.
I'm just saying, like, if within our little crew here we played without battle tactics, no one's gonna complain,
Yeah,
except
yeah,
Cole,
it's-
who's saying embrace them.
But also, we're missing the point too.
And
where
we'll just dock Cole points every time he tries one.
That's ooh, I like that. I
Right.
like that. Yeah, get that Ohio curse going strong. The
Wow.
the thing that's more fascinating, and you're missing the point of this, Dave, is that I continue to push my bullshit onto everybody, and you guys keep listening.
Well, now to be fair, I've been
just calling that out
wanting
there.
to play fantasy for years, so and everyone else has been like,
I
"No,
I have
We just-
refused.
we
but
just-
it's okay.
Just shouted him down.
Ouch. Well, hey, at least now you have almost as many dwarf armies as me, Matt.
we'll get there."
I know. I'm just saying, you're a dwarf person.
See now,
Okay.
now what's going to be really hilarious is when Chuck says, "Hey guys, we should play Middle Earth," and then Matt realizes that all he's been standing for his entire life is a sham, because
No,
all of a
at that
sudden
point-
we'll all be
At that point, I will go, "Yes, I am Worm Tongue." That's
yeah.
Matt,
Chuck.
if we ever go to Middle Earth, it's gonna be Matt's doing for sure, because I know I don't have the mental capacity to also teach that game like he can. I'm willing to play it. I have a Rivendell army, and I do like that game. It's a great game, but it's like Necromunda. I'm never gonna say, guys, let's play Necromunda, because I don't care to actually learn it. I care to learn it enough for Matt to keep telling me how to play the game.
Yeah, I can already see it where you're like, "Hey guys, I think next Tayrathi is going to be Middle Earth," and I will be next to you going, "A fair decision, my lord."
Yeah.
Well, now here's the thing. I don't know it because like with the Tayrathi Invitational, it has to revolve around daughters, like witch elf type thing with Tayrathi witch elf. So
Look,
and, like, it could
you
go to
can
40K.
put
It could go to 40.
Tayrathi.
I don't know.
Easy put Tayrathi in Rivendell. That's
I don't know if I could yet. If I ever figure that out, maybe.
I could. Boom, done. I just did it.
Okay, thank you. Next year, Middle Earth,
Don't
maybe. But hey, no, I can't do that because that's only paying 12 models, and I want to make you all suffer.
Yeah.
but don't you have to like make it not Tayrathi, because that was off the name in the Warhammer universe? Wouldn't it have to be like Tayladriel or something?
Listen, Chuck can do whatever the hell he wants. All right.
That's true. That's true. I have a permit, sir.
He has. He is a fucking Warhammer hero, and you will bow down.
But he's not a Middle Earth hero yet. Like he could be.
Hashtag not my hero.
Yeah.
Hashtag I didn't vote for him.
I didn't vote for him.
All right. With my hopes and dreams not dashed, but kindled at least that you guys will have a fantasy army as a
They're
project.
hyphenated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait till you read my narrative and you find all those typos I missed, Dave. I can't wait for your head to explode. But like I said, that's my hopes and dreams to get kind of back on whatever topic we're on, which is just fantasy. I hope you guys decide to start a fantasy army of your own, whatever it may be, whatever army it may be. And like I said, it doesn't. Maybe Dave, you're just like, I don't need these many Noblars. I can take half into fantasy and put ogres in and do that. And Cole, maybe you're like, I'll do more demons, or maybe you'll do off the wall, and you're just like elves, dwarves, beastmen, or just something, whatever you want, whatever maybe strikes your fancy is like a side project. But I do want to pass over right now. We're gonna go to Neil first. You know why? Because of Always Strikes First. I want to know about his hobby to prepare for this event. And like I said, it's been a long haul. And then after that, we're gonna go with Matt and his grudging after that. But Neil, tell us about your journey back.
So,
like what hasn't been covered on this podcast before, and just like your event prep and the fuck that you made a fucking display board. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that display board that I made, and hopefully pictures will be shown around the various social medias. But I'd made that in 3 hours. So
Wow.
Take that.
Wow, that's
the mountains, everything. The whole damn board was made in 3 hours. So
that's
pretty proud of that.
That's
I
fast.
knocked that out in one night. So
wow.
But the buildings and everything were 3D printed by somebody for me, so I was just kind of waiting on that, and then I was about to go pick the 3D printed buildings up, like which are walls and what it's meant to look like. I know you guys aren't able to see this, but it's meant to be Tor Yvresse, which was
is it Yvresse
like
or Yvresse?
The High Elf Bastion.
I'm not trying to be like facetious.
I always said it, pronounced it Yvresse.
I was always Yvresse. I wasn't sure
Yvresse
if you actually
or Yvresse.
Well, it's like did you hear proper pronunciation?
Yvresse.
Because I'm happy to change my. I'm not like a stickler. Like I don't.
That's
care.
the way they say it in Total War Warhammer. It's Tor Yvresse.
Yvresse. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I have it in my mind.
So, but anyway, so it's supposed to look like a portion of that castle because it is, it is just an enormous fortification, and it's basically there to protect the entire eastern flank of, along with like the shifting isles and everything of Ulthuan. So I kind of want to take a piece of that, and since my army has Eltharion in it, and I wanted the display board to kind of represent that kind of area. So Eltharion, from back when I was playing fantasy years ago, he was my first model that I actually bought outside of the initial 4th edition box, was Eltharion on his Griffin. So he will always have a special place in my heart. And like I did own Teclis at one point, but I never owned Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
So Eltharion was always my guy. So he will be shot off every game by a cannonball. That's fine. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
but,
yeah.
I've made my peace with that. Don't know how to write that into my
That's
narrative,
good.
but hey, we'll figure that out.
Well, your narrative
yeah,
can't
so
be
I
Eltharion
built-
though. Remember that your character has to be a non-named.
Exactly.
character. Okay, all right.
It is not. It is not. Yeah. I did mess with my list, by the way, to make him a little bit more possible to survive. So
Okay.
he's got the banner of the World Dragon, so we got to keep that brother alive. But outside of the display board, I've let's see, I did a unit of 15 White Lions, a unit of 16 Lothern Sea Guard, and a unit of 15 Sword Masters recently. Since the last time we talked.
You've been pushing hard.
Yeah. So it's all good and it's all painted. So I still have a lot of high elves, both 3D printed and that I was given by your fine self. So we still probably
okay.
have just as many points left to paint, actually. But that just means more fun to be had later on.
No,
So,
no, I'm glad you
yeah,
still have more to do.
I'm
Yeah,
jazzed up for this.
I'm very glad you have more
Mhm.
to do.
Yep.
Sure.
You know,
Well, I look
so
forward.
I am so excited for this event. I can't even stand it. I got a bunch of I'm bringing wine up, so all of my opponents will be offered some elven wine in every
Uh,
game, and if they do
as
not take it, I will
Just what I'm
take that
gonna
as
need
as
at
the
8
highest of
a.m.
insults.
Heck yeah.
listen, right
Highest
now,
of insults.
right now
right?
there is 5 players who have elves, so
Oh my
you could
god.
you could give lots of wine across the board. And now I was gonna buy a bottle of wine actually tomorrow night. This was whenever it was just possibly you driving in. I was like, I'm gonna buy some red wine for me and Neil to split. Mark yelled at me because apparently he's got a lot of wine at his house because his father loves wine and was ordering it by like the pallet for a while.
Really?
So
Oh.
not
Should I
only
not bring this wine that I'm bringing?
maybe bring one. If there's one your
all right,
wife likes,
one
maybe.
then.
But like I said, it's fine. It's all fine.
Let her have
She
that
saw
one.
me pulling it out of the rack, and she's just like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
I'm like, you can deal with it.
yes. Put one back and just be like, honey, I realized I was taking too many. I want you to have the fun this weekend. Enjoy this one. Like you're giving it
Right,
back.
right.
She won't listen to this podcast, right? She won't.
That's right.
Because I think she likes me. I don't want to ruin that.
No, Neil's here. She won't listen to it.
Okay, yeah.
She was telling me, she's like, a little jealous. I'm like, would you just start playing these games with me, and then you can come out and enjoy a ridiculously fun weekend with us? She's like, you probably wouldn't want me there. I'm like,
Listen-
no, I absolutely would want you there.
Actually-
You just gotta come on, let's go, let's do this.
He'd probably like playing Middle Earth.
Oh, stop
Well,
it.
There you
but we
go.
would have
There
a
you
problem
go.
because then there'd be a La Rocca who might be able to win games. So that would be
Oh,
weird.
she'd trash you guys.
Oh,
She'd be
absolutely.
ruthless.
And it would be funny because then she'd win the belt, and the next year I'd be like, Age of Sigmar, get yourself an Eth ready, Amy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's actually intelligent, so she would like remember rules, and she would like know her army and things.
Probably
And
not too proud to
understand what's
bring
going
a
on.
net list.
She could probably hold her
Yeah.
alcohol better than any of us anyway.
Mhm.
That's great. I
Oh no,
can't
no,
wait to.
she cannot do that.
Okay,
Hmm.
good. We got a chance. I'm excited to see your army, Neil. You've been so full tilt into this. It makes me so happy.
Mhm.
I'm so glad I gave you 1,000 points of high elves that now you have like 4,000. So
Yeah, and I may be Santa may be bringing me a 3D printer. So,
Ooh.
so yeah, there will be plenty more armies in the future too, especially for anybody who would who, let's say there's a Cole or a Dave who realize just how fun this is and they need an army. You got
Yeah,
a guy
yeah.
who's going to print one cheap
But-
for you.
but
Mhm. Yep.
not Matt. Make
Mm.
sure Matt has to buy
Don't
his
go-
STLs on his own, and then after he
Absolutely.
buys them, say, "Oh, by the way,
Absolutely.
I have those for you."
Absolutely.
All right.
And then also
All right.
charge him a lot to print it for him.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But then whenever you're going
Charge
to an
money an hour.
invitational for a game that you run, just say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go play this with better, cooler people," and no, you can't come.
Dang.
Man, there's lots of inside jokes tonight. This is fun. I like this. Since
Yeah.
Chris, I know you're listening, bud. Whenever we meet next, I'll explain all these jokes to you if you want. But anyway, Neil, I'm excited. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night. And Dave, by the way, I know you're going to come in late tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you as well. That's why happy to rebase your army overnight if you want. But we have a new challenger approaching for the Friday activities. He's going to be in before you, Neil. He's probably going to be at my house for a bit as I'm trying to like scramble and do all the stuff that I
Really?
suddenly realize I have to do. That is the one and only Big M, who has also been incredibly industrious, has jumped on board. I'm gonna say he's jumped on board probably to the fullest extent, because when we were meeting for like hobby days with like another friend circle who don't play Warhammer, Matt was like, "Bring your fantasy army," and this was in summer. Like this was
Okay.
months away. Matt has been all in. Like obviously, like his army was being printed, so like he borrowed mine, and it's fine. And now he's got a better army because he actually thought through the rules as opposed to my dwarf army, which is cannons. So Matt, tell us your hobby prep, and feel free to elaborate as much depth as you want because I'm not sure if you have done that. I'm not sure if you've done that on your show, but I know you haven't done it on this show. So please go.
Yeah. So, well, like you said, as soon as you were even kicking around the idea of doing fantasy, I was already, like I said, I've been trying to get you guys to let me play fantasy because I've never actually gotten a chance to play it. So whenever the opportunity came, I sprung. So after you and I played, and I'm glad we got a couple games in first because like it took a while for me to really absorb the rules and absorb how the game is supposed to be played. But once I got that in, I I got my list together and started getting everything taken care of. And then you dropped the points to 2,000. So then I had to redo my list and figured that out. So basically what I did is since half the dwarf, well, I would say maybe 75% of the dwarf line has been discontinued.
Yeah.
Essentially, if it's still in print, I bought GW. If it's not in print, I got STLs. So I had to
Good
get
man.
STLs for a Thane, Dwarf Warriors, Quarrelers, Cannon, and an Organ Gun. So,
Matt, I need you to pause that thought real quick.
yes.
So this is kind of a breaking news thing. I'm trying to make sure this isn't like a hoax website. I don't think it is actually. I'm checking.
Old World has been announced.
No, Henry Cavill to star in a Warhammer 40K series for
Yes.
Amazon. Posted an hour ago by CBR.com. I don't know if that's
It's
Oh,
also on the
wow.
Hollywood Reporter.
it is
so,
okay. All right, so it's real.
Yeah.
Thank
I'll believe it when I
God.
see it.
Wow.
Thank God
Yeah.
he said
That's cool.
screw
He is
you,
too-
which that's great. That's so
The
good.
Witcher and Superman lately.
Well, I don't know
Yeah,
if you
that
heard
sucks about The
he
Witcher.
got booted out of Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That sucks.
He's a great
Um,
Superman, by
And
the
he
way, too.
voluntarily
Oh, yeah.
stepped
Yeah, he
down
was.
from voluntarily stepping down from The Witcher too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was
Mhm.
voluntary, right? Like
yeah.
He didn't.
Well, so
he
from
didn't
what I
agree with
heard,
their
he's-
direction of the direction because they were going
Oh,
a little
okay.
too far away from the source material that what he wanted, from what I've heard.
yeah, basically that.
Mhm.
I've kind of just been trying to fill the void, so I've been listening to like all that sort of stuff, and the reports are like he's been upset for a while that they've been so distant from the source material. But then there's slight spoilers, but it's not confirmed, so I don't know. But in the next season, his horse, there's a scene where his horse dies,
Oh,
and
Oh.
whenever they were recording it, they wanted to play it off as a joke.
I heard that
And
too, yeah.
it was like the straw that broke the camel's back for him, because like anyone that knows the source material knows that like his horse, like even though he goes through multiple
even though he's had a
horses in the
couple of
series,
roaches,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
he
like-
cares
like,
for them all.
the
Yeah.
horse is always like so important to him. It
Mhm.
means so much to him whether he shows it or not. And for them to like go and
Mhm.
just like he was like, I'm done. He's like, yeah, that's it. I'm done. You don't understand what you're doing. You don't care about what you're doing. It doesn't matter. I'm out. And
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. I would
Yeah.
like to think that if any of us were in that position where if we're doing like a Sigmar thing and
Mhm.
they start pulling that stuff, we'd be like, yeah, you're out. I'm done. I'll find something else. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
But yeah.
That just popped up. So that's just really
Yeah,
exciting
man.
because like
I can't.
I'm
sure it'll be on Warhammer Plus first, though. I'm sure.
no, that's at Amazon. I think Amazon has more money than Warhammer Plus.
A
I don't know
dollar or
about that.
two.
I don't know about that.
$1 or two.
2 cents here and there.
A sixpence.
Yes.
6 pence, none the richer.
Ugh.
I appreciate that comment.
Anyway, Matt, please continue back to
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so I used to have a dwarf army because that's what I started AOS with and everything, um, basically what ended up happening is I saw someone online that was trying to get their friend into it, and he was really interested in dwarves, so I sold him basically all my old dwarf stuff for a premium just to try and get someone else into the hobby.
Right.
So I had no classic dwarf models. So since early October, I've basically just been painting.
Yeah.
So like I've gotten an engineer, 2 runesmiths, the Thane, 20 dwarf warriors, 30 quarrelers, the cannon,
Mhm.
the organ gun, a gyrocopter, 20 hammers, and 16 iron drakes, all done in that time.
Which is very impressive because like you're a very meticulous painter, so kudos.
Very
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it's driving me nuts a little bit because like everything is done to the big M standard, wherever that may land, but the iron drakes and the hammers, because I lost 2 weeks of painting due to COVID,
Right.
there's just the extra detail that like no one else cares about that isn't done, that's driving me up a wall.
Hey, listen, Matt. There'll be paint tomorrow at my house and Mark's house. You can paint to your heart's content to keep it going.
Well, my heart's pretty content with painting. All right,
Okay.
so
All right.
because
That's fair.
Monday we got to hit the ground running because I need to build 2,000 points worth of Votan for our triples event in January.
Right, and I need to talk to you about that
Oh.
on Monday because I can't handle a gear shift between game systems well. But on Monday, when I shed my fantasy for the 40K thing, I definitely need to talk to you about it. So nice.
You're not dropping, right?
No. It's just more of like getting my head in the game and understanding what I need to do for the team.
He's playing fantasy right now. He can't play 40K too.
Cole, you're not dropping, right?
If Cole drops, I have a backup plan. Don't worry.
No, I will figure that out. I will be there.
All right.
I say I do have someone who could play if Cole can't, so no worries. I want Cole to be
For
there.
that Cole, you've
I want
already
Cole
been
to be
fully
there.
replaced.
Yeah.
I appreciate you wanting me to be there.
I want you to be there, but if for something, if moving and finding a new job and being married doesn't get in the way, I want you to be there.
Well,
I
don't let Jamie hear
appreciate that.
part.
Yeah.
I need to see a little commitment. That's what I need to know. So that's
That's what you need,
absolutely.
huh?
Matt
That's
always
what you
pushes for
need.
the next level. Yeah. No, Matt, I have a question for you because
Yes.
with all my dwarf armies, I always have a book of grudges to record my
Yes.
losses. Do you have your book of grudges yet? Is that ready to go? Like, is it set?
It's an ebook of grudges.
If I bring you a notebook to be your book of grudges, will it be your book of grudges?
I don't know. I feel like it needs to be something special, right? It can't just be a notebook.
Well, what I always do is I always take like the little notebook, but I do paint the front with my rune, and like on the front I'll write the like Damazkron, which is the dwarf for book of grudges and like, all that sort of stuff. So like I do make it special, but I don't make it like super elaborate because I also like being able to bring it with my army conveniently.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll see within the time span of tomorrow if I can do that. I want to because I think it's a necessity as a dwarf player. Well,
yeah, man. I'll tell you, this is I'm super excited. Like I said, like when Dave was kind of talking about the rules and everything, as someone that plays a lot of different role-playing games, like I really like looking in systems and stuff, I can definitely see the foundation of Age of Sigmar deep within the rule set.
Right, yeah.
I'll tell you, like for fantasy, I think the only thing that I wish they would have polished up a little bit before the end times was get movement a little more accessible.
What do you mean by that?
And by that, basically, I mean it's like, and Neil and I were actually talking about this last night. It's when you deploy, after you've deployed, essentially it all comes down to dice.
Okay. Yeah, this is a very high did you deploy right game for sure. I'm not gonna can't argue that. Yeah.
Especially for me, considering that
You
I
don't-
have a army-wide 3-inch movement.
Matt, unless the watchtower is the scenario, you shouldn't be moving.
Right. Right. But yeah, I'm not the one choosing the fights. I'm the one choosing where the fights happen because that's where I'm standing.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I move backwards 1.5 inches. Like that's
What-
not.
Round up 2 inches. It's 2 inches.
That's true. That's true.
Matt, you gotta hope that you don't draw that scenario that we played in our practice game where like half your army actually you rolled ones like for like 5 of your 7 units
Right.
and
I
they had to
think-
stay off for a turn.
I think I avoided that scenario. I think I did. I don't remember.
Did you?
I don't
Oh, man,
remember.
that would have been
To be,
we,
in all honesty,
that
if-
happened and we were just like we were like let's just pretend that didn't happen.
I was like, okay, you win this one. Let's re-rack.
right. Well, Matt and I played that scenario, and Matt won that one because I rolled poorly.
Mm.
Now,
Ugh.
that said, if during this event, if you look across and you see your opponent, you're like, hey, you just want to do pitch battle, go for it. Because it's just, did you win or lose this game? I don't care about points on that stuff.
Yeah.
Just win or lose. I'm not thinking hard on this. I TO professionally. You think I'm gonna give away all like my high level TO skills for free? Nah, fuck you guys. Win or loss. That's it.
What do you
Oh,
mean
you-
free? I've been paying the goddamn army for
High
2.5
level
months.
TO skills?
I mean, I'm a professional. Are you?
Fair enough.
Listen
Yeah.
to him. Listen to him.
Got
Goodness
him.
gracious.
Got him. Anyway, I guess I should talk about my hobby progress for all of this. I was painting models in
Here it
solidarity with everybody. So painting some dark elf
Mm.
models, had a good time. I thought about bringing, like, I just recently painted a sorceress on Black Dragon. Decided against taking it because also technically it was a legal points limit, but like I was kind of being lenient on everybody for that. Like that 500 points cap on, but like still whatever. I was like, I don't need it. So I finished painting all that, which was nice. Have all the prize support gift wrapped because everybody gets one. I have a special prize from Tayrathi herself for every single person, which I can't wait. And I've been so good, Neil. I've been so good. I told Neil the other day. I said I'm bad at
Oh.
secrets, and I want to tell everybody.
Yeah.
I've been good.
You notice I had to post the pictures of that display board. I couldn't wait, right?
Oh, yeah.
You did better than me.
Right.
Well, honestly, this gift from Tayrathi was the most expensive thing from the event.
Jeez.
But yeah, but I've been enjoying tweaking my list. That's been most of my hobby, getting practice games in, doing teaching games. While we're actually at the event, if someone has a rules question, I'll be like, "You have a fucking book, look it up." Because I'm tired of it. Play your game. Shut up. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, all the awards are printed, my narrative's printed, my list is printed. I got to pack it all up tomorrow, maybe even tonight, because I also have to pack Dave's army too. So I was just gonna bring it all in the tray and just be done. But it's like, okay, since I need Dave's army, I need to plan this out a little more to bring it all in one easy, convenient case. But yeah, that's been most of my hobby. It's just hyping about it because I can't wait for the event, getting practice games in where I can, and painting for the hell of it. And really nonstop. Anytime I saw any of you guys posting into like the chat for the event, I was like ravenous to be like, what the hell's going on? And like when I see it's like someone just like, oh, Dave hearted the message from like 3 hours ago because he finally had a chance to look at his phone. I was hoping for some hobby progress or like someone like talking smack or something. But I can't wait because I get to see you all tomorrow or Saturday at the latest. Cole, you can come in tomorrow, by the way. There's space for you.
I appreciate that. We will see. I may just enjoy the comfort of my own bed and just have an early morning.
That's fun. Check the weather. Snow.
I feel like
Yeah,
what I'm
it's-
hearing there is quitter.
I'm
talk.
sorry. I thought you also grew up in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I did. I'm fine with it.
I did.
I'm just. Okay. All right.
Trying to get you to come earlier. That's
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Matt's
Yeah.
coming out.
More excuses.
Matt's coming out.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Matt's coming out. So
I grew
I've
up
got-
around snow as well, but I drive a Prius. So
I'm driving
it
my
doesn't
Prius.
really
So did
matter
my
how
wife.
much-
It was fine.
So
you know,
just
we
so
need
you
to figure out a way to get you some sort of like pseudo cojones, like
My wife drives the Tahoe, right?
Some to borrow.
By the way,
So,
this is
Right.
this
She
means
drives the yeah.
this means nothing to
Robo-
anybody that is not coming to this event. So tune out for the next 10 seconds. If you guys come and for some reason there is some inclement weather, Mark's barn where we're playing is on top of a gravel hill. So if your car can't make that, don't attempt it. On the left-hand side, there's a barn with parking, like next to the road level. Park there, and we can come down with four-wheel drive and come get you. So just as a heads up.
we'll get the gondola set up.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, just FYI. But
I want to be rescued by horses.
there is horses there, so yes, we can do that, Matt.
There we go.
Although
Perfect.
horses hate me. They really don't like me.
Picturing myself getting out of my Prius with my display board, riding side saddle up the mountain.
Of course.
Not a good
All right.
look.
That's a
Try
good
to
look,
make that
actually.
happen, please.
Okay, all right, we'll see what we can do.
That
Like I said,
photo I would like though.
but my rest of my prep for tomorrow is waking up, getting all the army packed up, everything's set to go, going to the gym, come back home. So usually my work's pretty relaxed on Fridays. I actually have an important call at 1 o'clock. So like I'm like on a Friday, it's like just mildly frustrating because after I'm
course.
done with that, I have to go over to Mark's to set everything up and help clean the place, which is fine. I planned for that, but it's just like, and then I need to also somehow get my wife food for the weekend since I'm gonna be gone all weekend, even though I'm 2 minutes away. So like I'm like sitting there like I'm fully ready for this event, and all of a sudden it's like the event's about to happen starting like kind of tomorrow-ish, and I'm just like I have no time. Oh no.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's gonna be a whirlwind, but I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's kind of my event prep. Like I said, just pack the armies up, get everything kind of sorted so my wife has all the food she wants. You guys get here safely. Yeah, I can't wait because this is like Christmas with friends. There's gonna be such amazing food.
Oh yeah.
There's more alcohol than
Mhm.
any of us could ever drink ever. And
Good.
Warhammer Fantasy.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, well, good luck. Amy, I'm sorry. Neil's dead.
Yeah.
Hey, I took Monday off, so
Okay, so you
if I have to
gotta
sleep outside the barn or with the horses or in a stall, it's fine.
but like I can't tell you how jazzed up I am for this event. I cannot wait. And it's the fact that it's like kind of like tomorrow in a way is so exciting because I imagine there's gonna be some games tomorrow for some fun. I can only
Hell yeah.
imagine.
Like when you actually changed it to 4 games from 5, can't say I wasn't a little disappointed. So I'm getting a game in tomorrow night, and I don't care if that game starts at like 10. It's happening.
For sure.
So
Like I said,
somebody's playing with me.
we
I don't
only
care who it
needed
is.
4. I wanted to give you guys time to drive home. So yeah, like that's why I dropped it to 4 because we don't need 5. But yeah, it's gonna be so
Speak
fun.
for yourself.
Well, you can have 5 or 6. We'll see. Like Matt's getting over here sometime before you. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
I'm a little
Speak-
disappointed by that.
speaking of which, Matt,
Here's to hoping my last patient of the day just refuses me, and I'm out of there.
there you go.
Yeah.
Matt or Neil or Dave or Cole. Actually, preferably someone coming tomorrow. Let's start with Matt and Neil. Do either of you have a 6x4 gaming mat you could bring?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
got like 6.
Okay, just tell you what.
What do you want?
If
You
you-
want you want green grass? You want desert? What do you want?
Green grass is fine. If we can have 2, so if each of you bring 1, or Neil if you bring 2, because you're getting fancy, just as a backup. I think we're okay, but it'd be nice just in case. I don't want to have to drive home, tear apart my gaming table because I also have my Sigmar. It's a mess right now.
Am I bringing
I got
my
No. He has not
No,
folding
okay.
tables. That yeah, just if Matt Neil, did you bring any terrain, Neil?
Well, so yes, I will bring terrain. I also can just break apart my part of my display board and use the walls and everything for terrain as well. So however you want to do it.
Okay, so we only need 5 pieces. So so if you we'll make it
Oh,
work. Like
then I'll just throw 5 pieces yeah, I'll throw 5 pieces in a
yeah, like
think it's
a
fine.
couple woods or something. Well, that's fine. It's nothing too extreme. We might have it, but
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
that's
think like
easy.
just back up. because I've been
Mhm.
trying to play games of fantasy at my home table, and I realized my terrain kind of sucks for it since it's Sigmar focused and has like the raised bases and stuff, and it's not really like hills. It's like, yeah. Anyway,
Mhm.
there's that. It's been fun. Also, we're gonna announce it here. I'll put up a fun post at the end of the year. But as of right now, gentlemen, how many models do you think I've painted this year? I know I've told you, but pretend like I didn't and guess. Make it fun for the
8.
audience.
Far
I
too
guessed 500.
Okay.
many.
I had
believe
guessed
I was in the 5 to 750 range.
I guessed about 800, 900 maybe.
Okay. Matt, you lowballed me hard, I think.
Oh yeah, I was like 100.
Yeah.
He-
So
he gave you something in the single digits. I don't understand why.
yeah, especially since I
Yeah.
painted how many trees. I've officially painted 1,052 models this year, which is a new record. PR baby. That's exciting. I do appreciate when I said
Jeez.
that.
You know what, we need to-
Matt's
we-
response was, "That's not 1,100." I do appreciate that, Matt.
Yep.
Make a great father right there. Dad, look what I
Yeah.
did.
I think
well.
That's like, Dad, I got an A+ on my math test. Well, that wasn't S rank, son. That's not a grade. Well, it is in every anime game I played, son.
What you
So
doing,
get
man?
going.
Bring back that SSR.
afraid,
Get out.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Chuck, I think you have painted 5 times more models than I have ever painted just in this past year.
It's been a good year. It's been a good year, and guess what? There's a chance next year I actually beat it with what's going on.
Goodness gracious.
I know.
We need like a
That's
a new record bell that we ring. Maybe you
There
gotta put
we
that into
go.
the podcast. Just anytime there's a new
We-
record, it's
we
like,
may as
bing,
well-
you know, you got to ring the bell. You
There
know,
you go. There
We
you
may
go.
as well
sort of
just leave it at Chuck's house.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
like
guys
like
talk-
like
talk
like
amongst
Neil won a
yourself.
game. Bing.
I was
No,
gonna
I'll,
say,
I'll be right back. You guys keep talking,
Don't hold
okay?
your breath.
Talk
All
amongst
right,
yourselves.
welcome to Big M's Power Hour.
yeah, it's taken over, baby.
This is
Okay, so if
the greatest episode to date.
if everything goes
Yes, it
exactly,
is.
damn fucking right, man. Okay, so if everything goes well with this Amazon and Henry Cavill thing, who do you think Henry Cavill would play?
All right. You guys, all right. Don't say.
Get out of here.
Don't say.
Get outta here.
No.
Probably a space marine.
Don't
This is
say.
right.
Really?
Come on.
A
Come on,
Tau.
Saint Cells.
It'd be a random Tau fire warrior.
hold on.
He's
All right,
going to be
gonna
the
say,
primus.
Now, is this? What do we think? Is this going to be 40K or will this
Wait,
be a
hold on.
30K thing?
What are we talking about now? I was gone for 3 seconds, guys. Where are we at?
I took over.
Well, yeah, we
This
took
is-
the podcast over. Get out of here.
We're
Hold
now
on.
talking about who Henry Cavill's going to play in the 40K series
It's-
that has
Marnie's
only been
Cavall.
announced.
I would imagine
Because
Eisenhorn, but hold on. I want to make sure you guys understand that I'm a generous god.
Hey.
Yes. Nice.
Rip headphones.
New
users.
record. New
I
record.
think that means the newlyweds kiss. Right? Is
Yeah.
that-
All right, so Henry Cavill, what's he gonna play? Well, isn't he doing Eisenhorn for Netflix?
Well,
I thought that was confirmed.
no, I have no idea. I'm
Okay.
going to just go ahead
I have
and
no
I'm
idea
going
about
to I'm just going to go Emperor of Mankind. We're going. It's going to be Horse
So,
Heresy, Emperor of Mankind.
I want to say Marnie's Cagar, but it will be some unknown nameless space marine from an unknown nameless chapter.
I mean, that would be fine. I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
What big budget shows has Amazon done? Like I said, I'm not good at TV, so
Real
Well,
time. The
oh boy, you know what? You just
Amazon
made me.
did, Rings
You
of
just made
Power.
me incredibly depressed. That's
sorry, Matt.
Okay.
It's not
Rings
that
of
bad.
Power.
okay. Okay, no, I just don't keep track of this stuff because I'm busy painting thousands of models.
Oh,
Apparently, sorry.
the Jack Ryan show is good.
yes, that was pretty good.
Okay,
Jack Ryan
but
with
okay, so
yeah,
Rings of
I've
Power
enjoyed
though
that one.
proves that they can do a big set type thing, Correct.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
No,
towards.
it's
can't
if
remember
crews are willing
what-
to pay. They're willing to pay for a
Yes.
big set type thing. All
Yeah, I
right,
didn't
they're
say
not
that.
willing
There
to
we
pay
are.
back. That's
Okay, but I'm willing to.
Rings
Whoa,
of Power
I
was good,
enjoyed the
man.
Rings of Power. Thank you.
well,
I did
all right.
too.
So
Yeah, I
you
did
and
too.
Neil
Yeah.
also need
I've-
both. Both of you need dicks. All right, I
Wow.
gotcha.
Oh my
I've kind of
God.
enjoyed Wheel of Time.
Okay.
Okay.
I've
Great
painted.
and Powerful Oz.
I've painted over 1,000 models, and I've not watched any of these. Okay,
That
don't.
reminds me of like the meme where the one guy's in the corner at the party.
Yeah, no,
Like,
no.
They don't,
Honestly.
they don't know I'm the Elden Lord. That's-
Okay, honestly, last year I bought Amazon Prime finally because we were ordering enough stuff on a regular basis. It was worth it for us to finally do it.
yeah.
Amazon Prime comes with a lot of stuff. The only thing I've used outside of Amazon Prime's free shipping quick crap has been subscribing to a Twitch person I like. So I literally received a letter, a snail mail physical letter in the mail from Amazon, opened it, and it said, "Hey, you're a Prime subscriber. Thank you very much. Did you know we have Prime Video where you can see..." Yeah, and I think it actually called out Rings of Power and listed a bunch of shows. So somehow the algorithm triggered to the point where it says, this idiot is either 92 or truly does not watch anything. Which it was the latter, because I got that letter. I'm like, that's a funny story, and I threw it away, and I still don't watch the Rings of Power. I just don't care.
Well, they
Well, here's how I've ingested every single Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead. You know how I know those stories? Well, I know Walking Dead because I read the comic book, but like, even though the changes, do you know how I understand the entire plot and key points of all those shows? Through memes and people who are way too obsessed on Facebook that won't shut up about it. I don't need to watch those shows because I know what's happened. That's all you gotta do,
Spoilers.
guys. All you
Got
gotta do.
it.
You just watch. You look out for the memes and the people on Facebook who just like are really into it, and that you know the whole story, and you're good. And you don't have to actually waste the time.
Spoiler alert: Snape dies.
Heyo. Is that before or after Dumbledore dies?
too soon.
Too soon.
Man, it will forever be too soon.
No, it's too soon if you say the actor that played Snape and Dumbledore died. That's I don't know.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't even know that
Oh,
is too soon
wow.
at this point because that's
Wow.
been years. That's been years.
This is a public service announcement by Kroger from Chuck Moore.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Merry Christmas.
have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.